No pierdas la perspectiva.
Tengo perspectiva.
No, no la tienes.
Desde mi perspectiva, lo que ha ocurrido y lo que he estado haciendo es ridículo. Han sido medias tintas.
No me estás escuchando. Asegúrate de lo que vas a hacer antes de hacerlo.
Here's the clean, teleprompter-ready paragraph extract of the script. No headers, no labels, just the narration. Priya Anand had 90 seconds to speak in a room that had never once let her finish a sentence. And she used every one of them. Vantage capital. Fourth quarter numbers were projected 12 feet high behind CEO Diane Castellano, and every executive in the room was nodding at a revenue figure that was wrong by $400,000. Priya raised her hand. Diane's chief of staff told her to sit down. Priya spoke anyway. 2 minutes later, security was called to escort the intern out of the building. What nobody in that room knew was that Diane Castellano had built the error into the deck herself, and she had been waiting 11 months to find out who would say something. Priya had been at Vantage Capital for 4 months, the kind of internship that paid enough to cover a studio apartment 40 minutes from the office and nothing else. She had graduated top of her accounting program at a state school nobody in that building had heard of, and she had learned early that the fastest way to disappear in a room full of Ivy League associates was to speak. So she had spent 4 months listening instead, filling 3 notebooks with observations nobody had asked for, memorizing the rhythm of a company she was not yet trusted to touch. She reconciled expense reports. She built slide templates other people presented. She fetched coffee for men who called her by the wrong name and never bothered to learn the right. She did all of it without complaint, because the internship converted to a full-time offer in 6 weeks, and a full-time offer at Vantage Capital was the kind of thing that changed a person's whole trajectory, and Priya needed her trajectory changed. Her father had spent 30 years driving a delivery truck in Ohio, and her mother cleaned offices on the night shift, and neither of them understood exactly what their daughter did all day, only that she had gotten further than either of them had ever been allowed to go. Priya carried that distance with her into every meeting, silent and heavy, a debt she intended to repay by never giving anyone a reason to send her home. The fourth quarter earnings presentation was the biggest meeting of the year, the one where Vantage Capital's senior leadership rehearsed the numbers they would walk into. The boardroom with the following week. 40 people sat around the table and along the walls, associates and directors and 2 managing partners who rarely left the 40th floor. Diane Castellano stood at the front of the room the way she stood everywhere, entirely still, giving nothing away. She had run Vantage Capital for 6 years, had taken it from a mid-tier regional fund to a name that mattered nationally, and she had done it by trusting almost no one completely. That was not cruelty. It was arithmetic. She had watched too many good numbers get waved through a room by people too afraid of their own bosses to ask an obvious question, and she had promised herself a long time ago that she would build something different, a place where the truth got said out loud before it became expensive. She had not yet found the person who could help her build it. She had been looking for 11 months. Would you like the rest of the paragraphs continued, or should I put the full clean version into the exported Word document along with everything else?